I want to record this. It dawns on me. What is freedom? Right? In my last video, I said something astronomical. Freedom is being me without being noticed. If I need to be noticed, then it is not freedom at all. But if I don't need to be noticed and yet I can authenticate myself, then it is freedom. That's why Sabbath is freedom. Now I ask myself this question. If I keep on having to tell another person what they must do, in so doing I'm actually restricting their life, okay? Preventing them from doing what they want to do, or encouraging them another direction. And in so doing, my mind is blocked to the extent that I'm actually asking people to walk another road. That's okay, but actually I'm preventing them from being free to be as they are. Isn't that right? Yeah, allowing not other people to be free. This, I find, is the greatest problem which I can avoid from now on. Do I need to tell people what to do? Well, in a way, I'm trying to help them. But I can always tell them without having this need in my heart to teach them, or having a need in my heart that they should follow my advice, right? I can always tell them. And they can always do if they want to do, and don't do if they don't want to do. So allowing people to be free makes me free. The reason why I'm pushing myself to tell somebody is because I want to be noticed. But to be noticed, the desire to be noticed is itself not freedom. It's constraining me. Freedom is to be able to authenticate myself as I am. So I see my friend constrained, Danson Ng, constrained to tell another person about Jesus Christ. That to me is a lack of freedom. And I find myself constrained in a way to tell people about the truth. I also find that a lack of freedom. I simply just tell them, but I must not feel inside me the need to ask them to follow. I can tell them, I must not feel inside me the need to be accepted for what I told them. There is a need to be authenticated by them for having to tell them. That need is enslavement. And there's also another need, a need to block another person who is trying to invade my action. I have a certain action to do, and somebody is telling me to do this instead of this. So what must my response be? My response simply follow what they say. I think that's the best, because whatever they are telling me to do is definitely, according to their mind, is good for me. And whatever they are telling me is actually me on the other side of space-time. So it's definitely to my enhancement as well. So, but there's a need to block. Yeah. There's always this need to block another person from intruding into me, intruding into my privacy, intruding into my will, intruding into my freedom. The need to block. Gosh. But that's not freedom. It's very funny. While I'm trying to keep my freedom, but I block the other person's freedom from passing to me, right? So in a way, I'm not free too. This is a mysterious error of every lot of people. We want to be free, to be private. So because we say private, we are free to do what we like, of course. But there's an intrusion from another person, from another space-time. So what do? We have to let it go. We have to do what that guy said. That is another important point about freedom. The freedom to be as I am is the freedom to allow other people to do as they are. Because this whole universe, I need to be free with. So I need to be free with the flow that is coming towards me. Free with the thoughts that are moving towards me. Just free. Free to observe. That's right, free to observe. And thus I is expressed in that freedom. And very important, free to observe the thoughts that is coming from another person. Free to allow that thoughts to flow into me from another person. Just simply free, because the freedom of this whole world is my freedom. Blocking any other person is simply one of the two, and it doesn't lead to freedom. Allowing everything to be as they are, every part, everything, not just from me, but from another person, that amounts to freedom. Correct. And I don't need to be authenticated, another point. Very important, right? I don't want to be authenticated by another person. I don't need to. Yeah, even if they don't authenticate me, that is the freedom that they allow themselves to, and that's my freedom to express, to be as I am, without having a need, a desire, a push for authentication. Wow, that is freedom.